last of the lords of the desert, who carried out food and water on a string of 50 camels. Old Bija de Verish, the giant Afghan, who fought the desert by compass and by Quran.
Just sorry I didn't ask them about their heritage and that, you know, what they'd done and where they worked. And it must have been hard.
That probably gave Australia the lifeline to the outback. And without them, I don't know who would have opened the outback up.
Everything was done by hand, and they'd have a box there to help the big boxes up onto the side of the camels, and I think their life was a pretty strenuous one.
They would pray 5 times a day. They had a very strong Muslim identity.
When they finished, they put their prayer mat back on the camel and they'd walk again. They never rode, they walked.
This was the beginning of a new life for the Muslim cameleers, an adventure into unknown horizons of a burgeoning nation.
We had the white people on one side of the railway line, we had the Afghans on the other side.
They didn't mix in with the Anglo people, like the white communities.
My mother was Aboriginal, yes. My father wanted to marry my mother, which was not allowed because he was Asiatic.
The policy was to Europeanise and Christianise mixed-blood Aborigines, taking them away from their parents and raising them in missions or orphanages.
They were never meant to stay. They were supposed to finish out their contracts and go back.
In 1901, the new federal parliament passed the Immigration Restriction Act, which severely limited non-European immigration to Australia.
I don't know if they thought they would find themselves living on the edge of society, because this was the rampant age of the White Australia policy, and it was race that decided whether Australia would open its door to you or slam it in your face.
Now, when the Afghans came, they charged very low freight rates. They walked the whole way. They got through when there was floods or drought, and so the Teamsters were very angry towards the Afghans.
Often the conflict was sort of shifted to the newspapers, and you had some fairly unreasonable portrayals of the Afghan people and their way of life.
We fear a low, degenerate mongrel race of human beings will follow where they lead, and for the protection of our Anglo-Saxon race, we say emphatically, Hushtar.
The term Afghan began to embody a notion of contempt, of racial inferiority, of uncleanliness, brutality, strangeness and fear.
Tensions were high, and it didn't take much at all to sort of light the fuse for conflict.
When I even think about my grandfather and my father, as I said, I'm only a short person, but I stand 10 feet tall because I have that pride. I'm a Muhammad and I'm proud of it.